Okay, so we're going to get you your YouTube API key. So you're going to go ahead and go to cloud.google.com and you'll get to this page. If you are logged in, you'll be able to see your little logo here. If not, you need to log in, so make sure you're on the right account. Then you're going to go ahead and click on console here, which is going to open up this. And if you've never done this before, if you don't have a project in the console yet, then you can go ahead and create this. And I'm in the United States and I agree and continue. Once you get going here, I'm going to go ahead and make a new project and I'm going to call it my project 22198. Boom, I have no organization in this account. This is just a standard Gmail account. So we'll go ahead and create this project. As you can see, it's taking some time to create it. Created the project, great. So now select the project, you're in here, and what you're gonna do is come in here to API services and hover over library and click on library. And then you're gonna come here, look up YouTube. And there's a lot of API keys, but this is the one that you're probably most likely going to be using. This has basically all the access to everything in the API. And you're going to enable the YouTube API here. Okay, great. So now we're going to create the YouTube data API. And as you can see here, it says create credentials. So you're going to click on that. And we're going to go ahead with public data for this specific case that I'm using the API for. And there's your API key. But sometimes you might actually need something called an OAuth Credential. And you'll find that on the panel on the left. You'll click on that. And then you're going to click over here on Create OAuth Client ID. And you'll see this drop down. It says application type. And most of the time you're going to use web application. It just depends on what you're using. You're going to name it. And down below, you'll see authorized redirect URIs or URLs. And for your specific use case, it depends on the application that you're using. So for instance, for me, I'm using N8N. I don't know if you ever heard of N8N, but this is somewhere you can use automations for various things. And so for this specific workflow that I'm using, it's called the AI YouTube Trend Finder based on niche. Right here, they do an HTTP request where you need the key for your YouTube API key. And so for this one, you're going to need a credential here instead. And for this specific use case, N8N, you come here and you create credential and you look up YouTube. And you can see the redirect URL here, your client ID and client secret. So what you're going to do is copy this, come back over here to, and I'm going to just call this web client 1, N8N credential for YouTube. And then I'm just going to put authorized redirect URLs here. That's where that goes. And you create that. And what you're going to do is copy that client ID, come back here, and the client secret. Which you can find here if you need that again. And you could save that, and it was created successfully, as you could see. And that's how you get an API for YouTube on here. Then, for when they do HTTP requests, you actually want to come back here to API services, credentials, and you'll see your API key here. And again, for this specific use case, this workflow utilizes both the zero-off authentication credential there and also an API key credential here. And that's what you would need to get this working for your workflow.